Alright, so we got these old comics here. I just found these, and don't even get me started as to why I went all throughout my closet just to find this folder. Let's just say it had to do with me crying because I have so many projects to do for school. But we're just gonna move on from that, okay? I wanted to go down memory lane because I remember I made a comic after Nixian Falls High School that I just it's pretty thick. I wrote a lot. I don't even know when I wrote this, to be honest. I wrote another one too, but this one's relatively shorter and it's a different art style. So we're just gonna do the first one that I saw. So background. This takes place in college. Hazel, Henry, and everyone else are in college. And that's all you need to know. I don't know any of the background that led up to this scene and onward, but like just know that they're in college and that's basically it. And this is also kind of like in weird AU, I guess. I don't know. It's not really canon, but yeah, every character in this is an adult and they are in college. And yeah, don't worry about it. So we start off with Henry being like, "Hey, I don't get why you're so worried about going to Crystal's party." And Hazel starts saying, "Well, first, she bullied me in high school, like a lot. She hates me. Not really sure why they're going to a party with a girl that bullied her, but okay. I can't explain how much I hate her, and secondly, I don't like boats." So they're going to a boat party. Okay. "Just from seeing the Titanic, I don't trust boats, especially cruises. They unease me." Yeah, I get that, but this is a boat anchored down on the bottom of the ocean. As if that makes it any better. Plus, I'll buy you a floating vest if you want, just to make you feel. But Henry, that's not gonna help. This is not gonna help her situation. And then, of course, she reveals that she doesn't know how to swim. So, yeah, and whatever. And so he tries to calm her down, saying like, "Hey, look, I figured that there's a reason why you didn't want to go." He like comforts her by saying like, "Hey, I can get you a life vest or whatever, anything that can help you or whatever." And he's just like, "I gotta go, bye. See you soon." And then he gives her a little kiss on the cheek. How cute. And then he runs away. So I guess, I don't know if they're like dating or if, I actually don't really know. I don't know. I don't know if they're actually like together. I think they're like more on like the what is it called? The honeymoon stage, where they're not necessarily dating yet, but you know, they've confessed their feelings for each other. I don't know. So we're in the dorm room. Hazel's doing stuff. I don't know. She's looking up a phobia of drowning. That's kind of dark, actually. And Madison comes out. She's like, "What you looking at? Homework?" And she slams her computer down. Okay. Okay. What is this alluding to? Oh, I understand. Never mind. Oh gosh. And this Madison's like, "Alright, I'm getting ready for the party. You should get ready as well." Hazel's like, "Wait, I didn't get the thing that Henry was gonna get me." And she's like, "What thing are you two doing?" It's a lot of innuendos. We aren't doing anything, Madison. Besides, why are you even going to Crystal's party? It's not even her party. It's her cousin practically begging everyone to come over. Well, continue with your homework. Then get ready. Seriously, are they... Okay. Alright. Yeah, nasty. And for some reason, she shares the link to the webpage she was just looking at, I'm assuming to Henry. I don't know. She's still typing away like minutes later, and Madison's like, You're still on? What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh, I need to submit this assignment," but really she's sending Henry the link to the website she was just looking at. And it's like, "Are you seriously going to the party like that? Wow, Madison, alright, you don't look too good yourself," but... And Hazel's like, "It's not like I have time." Okay. And all she does is just flip her hair, and that's it. And Madison's like, "Alright, fine, whatever, hurry up, let's just go." And then there's a knock. She opens the door, and look who it is. It's Henry and Britt. At least that's That's, at least that's who I think it is. And, wait. Oh my god, is she okay? He's like, hey, you ready to go? She's like, yeah, sure we are. You ready? She's stressed out. Okay, I will not lie, 13-year-old me had a good sense of humor. Look at her face. Alright, so they go to the beach as to where this boat party is being held. It's called Starshine Beach. Very creative name. Everyone's on the beach hanging out, you know. I don't know. Madison's like, let's go find Brianna. And I think it's really cute, because I know, like, when I originally wrote this, Madison and Brianna were not together. It was originally Britt and Brianna that were together, but knowing now that Brianna and Madison have a thing, it's kind of cute how she reacts like this. And it just looks dumb. Oh my god. So, yeah, it's just Hazel and Henry. Henry starts to give her her life vest. He literally actually went and bought it for her. I don't know how, but he did. So, anyways. But Hazel declined. She's like, no, I'm just gonna sit on the beach. It's okay. And, yeah, they just sit on the beach for a bit. And then this is when Hazel's like, hey, you can just go to the party. I don't want you to ruin your fun. And he's just like, no, I'd rather just make sure you're safe. Which is so sweet. Literally, 13-year-old me. What is going on? Are you okay? Look at them. They're so cute. What? And so, yeah, they take a little selfie together, and they're just being cute. I don't know. But oh boy, do I know what's gonna happen to them afterwards. Hang on. Oh. Why are you're not gonna share that with your mom, you weirdo? Henry's like, what? She doesn't like me. And he's like, she does, but I love her reaction when we're hanging out. And, yeah. And, this is her mom's reaction. Don't get pregnant. Okay. Yeah, me too. What the hell? And it's just like, you're right about her being overprotective. Okay. Huh, I wouldn't mind having a Hazel Jr. Whoa, Henry, you guys are like in college. Chill out. No. No. And Hazel takes too long to realize what he had just said, and she flips out. It's so hilarious. Their chemistry together is kind of hilarious. It's like, I'm kidding. Oh my god. And then that's when Henry's phone starts to ring, and he answers, and I'm assuming it's Britt. And so he's just like, wait, I promised I was gonna keep Hazel company. And then the person on the other line is, you know, and eventually Henry's just like, alright, fine, I'll go, whatever. And so he's like, sorry, Britt really needs me. He's just like, I promise I'll be back, alright? And of course, you know, it's a little messed up, but Hazel's just like, okay. And so he goes off, and she's sitting alone on the beach. This is fricked up, but you know what? No, actually no, it's still fricked up. So yeah, she's sitting by herself, and 5 minutes or so go by, and she's like, what is he doing? Girl, he just got on the boat. It's okay. But she decides to go find him anyways. She starts running, look at her. She's going to go find her man. Yeah, she runs into the party, there's tons of people, she starts shouting Henry's name. Why is my computer going off? Shut up. Yeah, so, I guess this is supposed to be like, you know how like there's the dock and then there's the actual start of the boat? Yeah, you know like how sometimes there's a gap between those two? Yeah, this is what this was supposed to be. That scares me. That scared me as a kid. Like every time I was going onto a boat and you could see the gap and you could see down and see like the water, that scared me. So, no. So yeah, Hazel just steps over it because she's just like, I gotta find my boy. I gotta find my hubby. As she's going through the crowd, some of these people literally look like some of the other characters. That looks like Henry, but it's not him. She bumps into, you know, Crystal, I think. Yeah, it's Crystal. She bumps into Crystal and her cousin. And she's like, Phoenix, now! Okay, so this is supposed to be Crystal, and this is supposed to be her cousin, Phoenix. Yeah. Also, Hazel, when she bumped into Crystal, she accidentally spilled Crystal's drink on herself. So, and she says, I paid my allowance for this dress. But yeah, Crystal throws a fit because her juice spilled on her dress, I don't know. And her cousin's like, hey, I think I have an idea, which is alluding to something that's gonna happen later. Eh. So Hazel finds Madison, who was drunk, and Sugar, I don't know why she's here. She's like, have you guys seen Henry? And they're like, no, sorry. And Madison's like, I think he went to the bar. So yeah, she goes down to the bar. I'm so sorry. She goes down to the bar, and she gets, yeah, anyways. She just kind of like looks around, calling for him still. And we're going to Henry's point of view. He came back for her with drinks to the beach, and he finds out she isn't there. Uh-oh. And he tries calling her, but uh-oh, once again, she left her phone. No. And Henry's like, Hazel never leaves her phone. And he's just kind of standing there like, what do I do? Make you look like that. And we go to these three. So honestly, I'm not even gonna get to like who these characters are. Just know that this one is Phoenix, Cole, that's his name, and Crystal. And so she's just like, what do you think, Cole? You want to do it to Hazel? Oh, that, without knowing what that means, that sounds a little eh. But yeah, luckily he's just like, you want me to throw her off the boat? You're crazy. And Phoenix, you know, she's just like, hey, if you do, I'll, and whispers something very into his ear. So yikes. Well, ew. Okay, so I have to explain. So yeah, I made like 7 Deadly Sin characters. Like, no, it has nothing to do with the anime. I'm just so unoriginal. Okay, Phoenix is supposed to represent lust, Cole is supposed to be wrath, and of course there are other characters, but I don't feel like getting into each of them. So yeah, know that she is lust, and that he's wrath. Alright? And so Hazel's still looking for him, calling to him, and she's like, oh, I gotta call him, and then she realizes she left her phone. And she's like, get out of my way, I gotta go. And then they're like, oh crap, there she goes, go get her. So yeah, she doesn't realize that she's being chased. But yeah, he's going after her. So yeah, she's running, and he gets in front of her, and she's like, ugh. She's like, it's you, Cole, what do you want? Phoenix told me you were being quite rude to her and Crystal. You should have watched where you were going, kid. And he grabs her by the arm and starts to drag her, which, you know, not a fan of that. And Hazel, she kicks him someplace where the sun don't shine. This one elf is not impressed. She starts calling for Henry. He grabs her again. This whole thing is so dramatic, but you know what, whatever. Fortunately, he hears her screaming, and he goes to look for her. She's screaming loud enough for him to hear him from the beach. Interesting. But, yeah, he goes after her. He starts to lead her over to the edge, and they start laughing. They're like, oh my god, she's so scared. And Henry's like, oh my god. And he's screaming like, no, wait. Or I think that's Hazel, I don't actually know. And then they push her over the edge, and she goes in the water. And everyone's laughing. And they're like, look, watch her be humiliated. And they're like, any second now. Everyone's just standing in silence, because they're just like, is she good? And she's like, okay, this isn't funny anymore. Here's is like, maybe it's a prank. We're moving on. Henry makes it, but he's too late because she's already in the water. He screams, she can't swim, and everyone's surprised. He calls for her, even though she's under the water. And yikes. And everyone's like, oh my god, ah! So everyone's freaking out. They're like, call 911, ah! And Henry dives into the water, as he should. He starts looking for her, and he sees her sinking body. She's drowning, obviously. He's swimming down. He manages to grab her, and they're like, oh god, where is he? We can't see him. And he's swimming up. But yeah, this thing grabs at her leg. And it's this thing. Honestly, this is my favorite page. I don't know why, but it's my favorite page. He kicks it away and it gets pissed off, obviously. And my boy just wanted friends. Why would you do that? You're so mean, bro. Okay, you get to the surface. They're fine now, I guess. Oh, she's freaking dead, but Madison's like, oh my god, Hazel! He brings her on the shore and he's just like, get help, please. And these bitches are just like, we should probably go. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Crystal can turn into a dragon. We're ignoring that. So yeah, they fly off. They fly away. And Henry is just like, you bastards. He brings her onto the beach, and he's trying to, like, resist it. He's trying to revive her. I forgot what that's called. And everyone's, like, gathered. No one's called the police for some reason. Maybe they did. I don't know. I can't say. Everyone's just standing around teary-eyed as he's performing CPR. And I had to write CPR because it looks like something else. And yeah, she's not breathing. She is, she's, yeah, I think she's dead. Of course, Henry is rightfully distraught. This is so angsty, bro. Of course, someone's still calling, call 911, but she's already kind of like, I think she's dead. Not quite sure, honestly. I didn't save you, it's all my fault. He's just screaming, bro. And then that's where it ends. And it's yeah, it's an AU. I literally put my wattpad down. Wow. But yeah, that was the end. See, it was called Waterbender. And I guess what was supposed to happen is that she doesn't actually die. But the fact that I left it on a cliffhanger, making it seem like she died. She didn't die. She was supposed to be fine, but she was supposed to, if I remember correctly, she was supposed to be revived and supposedly get water powers. That's why she's called the Waterbender, but that didn't quite happen. At least I didn't have. I don't know what happened. I guess I just didn't want to continue it. It's slipping through my fingers all the time. 10-year-old me. She knew how to write angst. This is grim. Like, literally murdering, like, one of my main characters. Okay, well, she didn't die technically, but how it ended, it made it seem like she died, so. Well, with that out of the way, we're going to the second one. The second comic. It's a lot shorter. Okay, so this next comic is from a story that I wrote when I was in, like, 7th grade. Once again, it kind of does, like, follow them when they're, like, in college and sort of into, like, their early young adult lives. So, it was called In His Shadow, and I think it was, like, I can't even remember the story. It was so bad. It was so badly written. It was on Wattpad. I got rid of it. It's no longer available. But yeah, at some point in the story, Henry and Hazel do get together, and this is just a one-shot, I guess. Or not a one-shot, but this happens in the story at some point. So it seems as though they're just kind of cuddling in her bedroom, I guess. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of cute. Honestly, the art style is also very different because I was experimenting. And I was trying to learn how to draw anime, but I clearly don't know how to draw anime that well, so. But look at him, he's so in love with her, it's so cute. Oh my god. The anatomy is still wonky though.
What is that?
For some reason there's TV static for some reason, but we're not gonna ask. And there's a shadow behind him. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Hazel lives in an apartment with like 2 other characters, or 3 other characters. I'm not sure why there's static on the television or why there's emphasis on the static television, but whatever. And a voice from behind him says, "Never thought I'd see you again." Henry turns and it's Madison. Henry says, shit, you scared me for a second. How long has it been? A month? Good to see you. You think you just walk back in here and after what you did to us? To her? What? Oh god, wait. I'm trying to remember what happened. Okay, I can't really... I'll explain afterwards. I'll explain afterward. Do you even know what you put her through? Because you obviously don't. Madison, what's wrong? What's wrong is the fact that you're an insane psychopath that doesn't deserve someone like Hazel. Oh. What's going on? No, I meant what's wrong with you? Dang. There's something obviously wrong with you and how you've been treating Hazel. She's been telling me how you've been acting. Saying how your relationship with her is changing. Yo, what the hell is going on? I'm invested. What the hell's going on? If you want, we can talk more about it in private. Okay? And then Henry does some weird thing. He freaking takes her to the shadow realm. Oh my god. Yeah, something happens. They teleport somewhere. I don't freaking know what happened. Okay. Yeah, he teleports her somewhere, and she's like, ew, what is it? Was that even necessary? What even is this place? Oh, it's right, it's called the Shadow Realm. I just called it jokingly. It's where I go to get some privacy. It's where my imagination gets wild. Even though it's pretty much blank most of the time. Yeah, I can see that. Does that mean Henry has no thoughts? Now please tell me what's going on. You and Hazel are friends, and if I caused this isn't about you. This is obviously about me by how you're acting. Just tell me, there has to be some reason you don't like me. Take your time, I'll understand. Sigh. Fine. I think it all started when Kyle shot down Kyle's confession. She was still messed up by how she was treated, so I was there for her. It shows her and Hazel getting along, and then Henry comes around. Ever since you two got back together, I haven't been myself. And now I can't get the feeling of jealousy out of me, all because of you. Could it be that you're charming, loving, a good person? Wait a minute. Hold up, that was whoa. That was a bit of a spoiler there. Oh, my bad. You didn't see that. Or am I just a bad person? Something's wrong with me. And she's just sobbing and Henry is just like, what the hell? That's where it ends. That's where it ends. That's it. That's where it ends. I don't even know where to start. Okay, so from what I'm trying to remember from the story is, man, I'm gonna try my best to remember. Hang on. So, Madison... Okay, no. Hazel, she's been getting in and out of relationships, I'm assuming. And Henry was one of the few relationships she had gotten into, but for some reason him and her broke up at some point. I don't remember the reason. I think they just went their separate ways, I guess, because that's life. And at some point, her and Kyle, which is another character that she ends up with at some point, are he confesses to her, and she turns him down because Kyle is an asshole. So yeah, Madison, throughout most of Hazel's times of loneliness and breakups and drama, Madison is like, I'm here for you, I'm your best friend, I care so much about you. And ultimately, she reveals to Henry that she is jealous of him, because when they get back together, man, I can't even remember. There's a lot of stuff that happened. Overall, what basically happens, Henry finds out that Madison has feelings for Hazel. Madison finds out she's freaking gay, I guess, and Hazel also eventually finds out as well. However, this conversation leads to Madison and Henry getting into literally a fist fight. Not like like a battle. Like, they battle it out. Like, Madison turns into a full dragon. She goes berserk. Henry nearly dies in this fight because Madison is so pissed off. Hazel is they get teleported somewhere during this fight. Yeah, Hazel has no clue that any of this is happening because she is literally at home in her apartment sleeping. This is gonna be a whole thing. But yeah, like, it was, God, I wish I could have written it, but it's so far off. A lot of stuff happened in between before any of the fight actually happened. So, yeah, that's basically what this was. None of it's canon anymore. None of this happens anymore. Also, that spoiler, that was a huge spoiler. that, why did I? Oh my god, that was a huge spoiler. I might blur that, maybe even bleep it out, because that is, no. But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, some of my old comics were definitely dramatic. That is for sure. A lot was going on. It was either angst or it just has telenovela vibes all over it. I don't know. I wish I was able to make my writing that dramatic. I mean, honestly, I don't know. Anyways. Also, I'm still not over Madison calling him a psychopath. I'm still trying to figure out why she called him that. That was rough. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I had to clear my mind of things, and I just had the impulsive urge to look for these comics, and so I found them, and now I made a video about them. So, thank you for watching. I have nothing else to say. It is 11 o'clock at night. I gotta go to bed. Goodbye.